And I think I want to kind of just pull a few more threads, right, on I think some of the things you spoke about, which is choosing the market, discovering the customer pain point, the problem statement, right? And in fact, I think if you can lean on both your 0 to 1 experience at RecruiterBox and then of course now at Sprinto, I think one of the key challenges I'm seeing with 0 to 1 stage founders, especially US India cross border, is kind of what problem statement to choose on, right? Like is
Mhm.
you have to choose like a critical problem statement. It's very easy today to kind of get sucked in into some cool AI tech, right? Or something, dev tools is going viral, so why not I just create a dev tool, or just indexing on your own problem versus really deep diving into the market and to actually what real customer problems are. uh, what would be your advice to kind of 0 to 1 founders right now in terms of what are some of the things they should think about to be able to land on a right problem statement which can actually build like kind of a long term sustainable large business?
That's a great question. And um, yeah, I'll not pretend that I have answers to it. I'll explain what I did. Hopefully, it's helpful. Uh, so, just to dial back, when I was doing RecruiterBox, it was my first company as a founder. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I've made every mistake in the book, uh, and prime amongst them being that uh, we believed our strength was building products, and we sort of used that as a hammer to fight our way out of every battle, even though that wasn't the right tool to sort of use at the spot. So before we actually built RecruiterBox, I think we built about 4 or 5 products. Each one of them failed spectacularly, and I would say we our journey to RecruiterBox was rather Darwinian, in the sense that it was quite easy that we could have lost our way and not landed on what eventually made economic sense. But yeah, in many ways, we were lucky to land on the problem that we did. Um, so both I and my co-founder were quite conscious of this when we were starting up again, and we wanted to be a little bit deliberate about how we pick a problem statement and how do we go about it. Um, so uh, the one thing that we sort of promised ourselves is that to sort of take away the temptation that we feel like we have a great idea and then let's just start writing code. And we said, okay, we're not going to write a single line of code until we sort of validated a few things, that we validated what we are building. And we did then basically what was probably the most uncomfortable thing for us to do, which is talk to real people, validate the idea that you have, and even in the face of trying to sort of them being able to tell you that, hey, this is not necessarily a problem that I would pay for, or this is not a good problem that I would basically uh, pay money for. And I think the one thing that really helped me through that process during the time when we were sort of in like this discovery phase was there's this book called The Mom Test. I'm not sure if you've come across it, and I think it's a very small book. It's designed specifically for builders who have little to no empathy for basically how to do sales or how to basically try and learn harsh truths about what they are building. And I think it was an incredible book. It was extremely useful for us, and we sort of followed that like a Bible in the sense that we followed it to the T. We actually set up a bunch of conversations with prospective customers, and like 10-15 conversations down the line, it still didn't seem like we were getting anywhere. But closer to about the 20th conversation, basically like a thread started emerging. The point is, it always emerges backward. It's in the sense that you can't see it looking forward. But then we realized, okay, this is a problem that, uh, by the way, we had faced, uh, but also seems to be a high value problem. People seem to be doing like a bunch of decisions based on this, and that's roughly how we sort of meandered and landed on that. And we spent about a couple of months doing this, but I would say that was the most invaluable thing that I could have done at that point of time. Like, and the fact that we told ourselves that, hey, no writing any code, no product screens, no nothing, until you basically have these conversations and have like we used to make diligent notes about these things, etc. So Personally for me, and that worked out really well. So at least if you have like a rough idea about the space that you want to be in, and the kind of persona that you want to talk to, then I would highly recommend using that as a way to know, a way to find out uh, if there's a high value, high urgency problem around that space. So that's the methodology that I followed. Worked really well for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The mom test is just an incredible book, and I love the what you I think just used in the end, which is high value, high urgency. So I always kind of use a framework. I mean, both I used to use it even in my operating life, and now as an investor is kind of urgency, frequency, intensity. That in most of it has to actually check a lot of these boxes, right? For
Yes.
it to be kind of a sustainable product and business in the long term.